Uda mamlu dişti. Oh, dişti. I think it's on. Okay, real quick, we're gonna go. Before I start, I keep getting out of control right here every time. Could you pray us in real quick, Lisa?
I thank you, great Father, for the way that you provide for us. I thank you so much for the way you have spoken through the Ponca language and spoken to the Ponca people about the fullness of who you have created them to be and the fullness of their purpose here on earth. I pray that we would be able to live up to the calling and destiny that you've given us as your people. I thank you for our time together. I pray that you'd open up our minds, give us wisdom and understanding, and help our tongues to be able to speak and communicate the truth and the fullness of the language that you've given us. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Good take it. Okay, we're gonna go over this real quick. We're gonna go over our alphabet and our vowels and diphthongs and accent markers and cedillas, blood stops, and vowel stretches, what I call them. Briefly, so remember, so you guys understand, we use every letter in the alphabet but 5 of them. The F, L, Q, R, and Y. These diphthongs here, this S with a V, all they mean is this. SH. C with a V on top, all it equals is the CH. B with a Z, ZH. D with a slash through it is TH. The sound is sh. Then we have our 5 vowels in Ponca. In English, it's the A, the E, the I, the O, and the U. But in Ponca, they don't make that sound. This is A, A, E,
E,
O,
O,
U.
U.
A, A,
A,
E,
E,
O,
O,
U.
U.
A, A, E, O, U. Now we're going to go to the nostril vowel. And Ponca, this right here is the cedilla, and there's a vowel. A, E,
E,
O,
O,
U.
U.
A,
E,
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 O,
O,
U.
U.
A, E, O, U. And then this letter X, I show emphasis on it. It's a guttural sound. It's a sound like, if there's another language other than Native American, it'd be Arabic. It uses that same sound that we got there. And I use these little examples. Well, I'll say, today it means white man, but in the beginning it meant creator, God. Well, I'll say. Well, I'll say. A lot of people say walk. It's understood, but it ain't nowhere near correct. Wabatsu. 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 That means book or paper. Depends on the context of the sentence. This right here goes back to which stretches a vowel. You could just say sa, but that's not correct because it has this here. Sa. It's a feminine way to say so. So, saw. And then I also got these accent markers. You got an acute, a grave, and a glottal stop, and you have a cedilla, and you got this one that stretches out the vowel. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably more than that, but in Ponca, this is all I seen and recognized from growing up. Right here, if you left off, you just said the vowels, you say ah, eh. Ah, eh. Ah, eh. He was just focused on them. eh, ah, eh, ah, eh. Every word that's in Ponca or Omaha, these vowels, you can say them without these other alphabets and just use them because you can't say Wahe, because it's not proper, it's not correct. You have to learn how to speak it correctly by using this vowel system right here. But the Augustus accent markers that give you put them in the proper place so that you can speak it properly when you're talking. Wow. 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 So you can stretch it. That's what you're doing, you're stretching it. And when you're here, you say, you can just say, scones, you got, means don't move, or not to move. Not a command, just statement. But when you say, scone, that has a meaning. I use that word right there for heroin, for opioids. Because it's also that meaning, when you have that dot right there, it also has a meaning that you're in a state of consciousness and a state of unconsciousness. It's like you're in between. And then if you look up what opioids do to you, you're in a state of conscious or unconscious. So, and we got, like I said, in my classes that I do, that I used to do a lot of classes and just do them and put them on Facebook or do them live. This right here is to do with opioids and heroin. I put them together. You can look that up in the dictionary. Okay, just what I said. But it ain't gonna say it's heroin or opium. It's gonna tell you what it means. So some of the words that we were never introduced to in Ponca, we have to use modern words for them or something that describes that. So sometimes when I don't know a word, or there's no such word for the word that's in Ponca, I have to look it up in the dictionary, and then I'll use Ponca words to describe that word. I took it to a couple of elders and they laughed and they said, that's good. And like I said, whenever I speak or I say something, you could ask Grandpa Lewis Edmund or Grandpa Henry Lieb Jr. That's one thing I won't do. You hear people make words up or make sayings up, you won't find that with me. A lot of people do things like that because there's so many elders are dead, so many fluent speakers have gone on. So now a lot of people can just say that they have authority in what they're talking about because there's no one to check and balance it. But we can't do that. We have to teach it to the best of our knowledge in a positive way to make people want and understand. And so that's what we do. That's what we're doing. So anyway, right here, when you got this acute accent marker, it raises the vowel sound. You got this grave, it lowers it. You got a cedilla that makes it into a nozzle or nasal. How do you say it? I always say nozzle, but a nasal valve. So that's how it is. So whenever you do it, whenever you guys do this, this is how you have to do it. You have to, every time we're going to go over this for about 10 minutes because you guys have to, you have to get to where you're comfortable or you're starting to understand. So right here you got the alphabet, the ones that are underlined with red only on the top are the ones that we don't use. But out of the ones on the top, there's two that are used in modern Ponca that is not correct. That is the L sound and the Y. Like when you say Ponca, iye, that means the Ponca language, but it's Ponca, iye, not iye. But it's understood and still spoken that way today with a few fluent speakers we have left. And then the L, like I was saying, la eche wale. La eche wale. And it's like saying someone's pitiful. They're going through a state of hardship in their mind or in their physical body or social status, whatever it may be. But it's la eche wale, not la eche wale, but it's still understood. Or we'll say la eche, like it's pitiful. Yeah. La eche wale, you have to put that la sound in it because if you don't, they're gonna see my brother, and if you're watching, Brian, you already know. Sometimes I speak with the L's, so I grew up hearing. But anyway, I know the correct, I know the difference, but it's just been in me so long. But I'm gonna state it out, even if I say it. And another way is, does anyone know what ulaste means? That's a slang word that says it's not proper ulaste or udaste. Udaste. Yeah. I'm gonna write this down real quick so you guys can see it, or let's turn that camera. You want to turn that?
Do what?
Okay, right here is what I'm talking about, that L that's used commonly, even today. Is it right? No. Ulaste. Ulaste. There's no such word in the Ponca language or Omaha language. But this goes back to verb prefixes because we're doing the TH prefix in Ponca. The TH prefix in Ponca, it's just a prefix of whatever you're doing, but the prefixes that we're also doing today and we're focusing on is D. D has to do with hands. Hands. Something just happened, I heard it as well. All of a sudden. I don't know what just happened, but something happened. It's still on, but somebody, my Pandora came on. Everywhere, listen, they're hearing Pandora right now. They're hearing, man, what's up with this? They was hearing one of my favorite songs. Anyway, but remember, like I was telling you guys, in these verb prefixes, you got the dog. There's two TH in the prefix. The dog has things to do with the mouth. Everything to do with the mouth. From biting to eating to doing anything. But D, in any verb prefix that you see with D, it has to do with the hand or hands. So right here, how you doing, brother? All right. Can you get him something to drink? There's some sade monka wala ke chewa de glinga. And that's good. That means, and this right here comes from this right here. Ushte. 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 Ushte in Ponca means to be left over. It's left over. So when you use udaste, what does it mean? Leftover food, because it has to do with the mouth. It can't be, I mean, you might be able to make it into leftover words because the words are formulated through the mouth, but it's not because it's the date to eat or wadate. You could also use that too. But I'm just giving you an example of that, going back over here to the L that we use in today that is not used until we start trying to speak English, American English. So those are the diphthongs, the vowels, nasal vowels, accent markers, guttural sounds, guttural stops, cedillas, and the male command in Ponca is ga. And you can't say that alone, because if you say ga, that means, when I say, mama, ga, it means here, take it. That's what it literally means, take it. So you can't say that word alone. It has to be said in the command form. Shkon ajiga. Don't move. Shkon ajiga. But I left out that deal because now I'm telling you don't move. That's a statement. That's talking about, it's a statement. It's also talking about a noun. It's also a noun, depending on how you're using that, when it's got that dot on it. But when I'm telling you not to move, I say shkon ajiga or shkon ajiga. You could say either way, but a lot of times it's abbreviated and brought together like this. You see that A right there, without the tail, without the cedilla? You could also just kill that A and put it together. Shkon ajiga. You could wipe this out and just use this. Shkon ajiga. You just be using the G. It's understood, it's abbreviated. In casual Ponca or Omaha, a lot of times they're dropped. But you can still, if you're really trying to get, you're trying to emphasize, or someone's mad, you can tell by the action of it when it's spoken. In the female command, this is also not correct, but it is understood in today's Ponca and Omaha. Today's. We need somebody to man that camera because I'm over here now. So in a male command, you would say, Shkon Angia. Shkon Angia. You got to put that ah, like a man most generally will be like this way. Most generally will be this way. Look. There's times when it will be acute. But a woman, when she's given a command, it's always, she ain't playing, she's letting you know. You can say, Shkon Asia. Both are understood. So anyway, but back to this. You see, in a lot of our words in Ponca, these are pushed apart and things are put in there. But for ushte, the most common way to change it is ulashte. Ulashte. It's leftover food. And right here, I use some of these, and don't forget these verb patterns right here, look, Mom. I didn't put an I or an A on because the most common ones are I and an A. It could be either D or a the. But the verb pattern conjugation in the 6 will stay the same. The reason I separate them this time is because these are singular, these are plural. So you got the be, you would have, just say I am, believe, me, you are, thee, she, he, or it, or they are. Oh, well actually this one will change. I can't use it, I would have to say ungodly, ungodly. But this is for all the patterns, but there's a few exceptions to the rule. When there's an at the beginning of a th, it would be God, God. We'll change to ungodly, ungodly. And when we get more into just verb conjugations, I'm going to have to start teaching that. But right now, I'm just giving you examples so you understand. And then right here, when you say you all are, you can say me. Or you can say wongede ni. Wongede means all. Or you can say bluga or gluba or bluga. There's a bunch of ways to say it depending on how you want to say it. And some of it is when you say bluga, like I said, idada bluga. I'm talking about everything. You can say idada gluba. You're talking about everything that's relevant or pertains to you or your family. Because when you got that G on it to make it a gi, because it comes from the gi form, it shows emphasis on your own. And that gets into a whole other verb prefix, so I don't want to confuse you. But right here, these are the conjugations. So who wants to take an example? This is a U form. So what is the true form of this right here? Remember, don't be afraid to try. That's the only way you guys are going to learn is to make an attempt. You got strong there. To make an attempt. You got strong there. But if I tell you to try it, you got strong. They go. Or since it's a lot, I said, you got strong. But I go. Try it. That's a male command form to attempt it or try it. This right here, you got to look at these right here. Somebody come up here and show me the top form and take you, show me on the pattern where it is. Don't be afraid. This word right here means you drag it.
So what's the verb?
You drag it.
Drag.
To drag something. But what form is it? I just told you, you got the whole key right here. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we make it harder than it should be. Huh?
It's you singular.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
But the God at the end is
Is
a male command.
Yes, that's right. See, you got it. If you feel like I'm using the God too much, you just come over here and change it to ah. What y'all? Because they're understood. And this right here, does somebody want to attempt to say that? Because you might not be able to read it, but I know there's a lot of people that know how to say it and know what it means if I said it. Stephen? See that? Come. Key? Not key. Key? Because it's got this right here, it's got a little stop on it. Keep being longer. Keep being longer. You gotta rate it. Keep being longer. Keep being longer. And Ponca means car or automobile. Omaha relatives, if you're using USA, keep longer. I know there are words too. Not all of them. I know a lot of you guys. This word's probably a good 70%. I made a point to understand it because when I go up that route, some of the words they use different than us. So you say, keep in on me, deep talk, deep talk, deep talk. That means this is something right here, look. This is a pronoun, this is an article. This here is a noun, this is a noun, pronoun, article, verb, MC stands for male command. So it says, keep in, no? It says, keep in on the talking, these dudes are. Keep in on the talking, these dudes are. And this means what does keep in on mean? Go ahead, say it, everybody, don't be afraid. Okay, what does diphthong mean? If you guys can't see it, scoot up. Diphthong. What is it? Yes. Okay. There's an article in Ponca. What does it mean? You snoop? What does it mean? That's right. You see she's paying attention. Now what does God mean? Huh?
It's a command, do it.
What kind of command is it?
It's a command.
Yes. So now somebody translate it. Keep being on he talking, he's snooping. Keep being on he talking, he's snooping. Keep being on he talking, he's snooping.
Drag your car.
Exactly, drag your car. Drag your car. Let me get this eraser, Mama, because some of that stuff's in the way. And next week, I'm going to put all this stuff right here onto this big board because this big board doesn't erase well. I don't know why. They used it for the same thing at the old Blue Star Casino slash Two Rivers Casino, but now it's refusing to wipe right. But anyway, before we go on, I want you guys to say, keep eating on it. Keep eating on it. Ladies, keep eating on it. Keep eating on it. Deep talk, okay? Deep talk, okay? Deep talk, okay? When I say, you men say, ni snuga. You women say, ni snua. Raise it up at the end. Ni snua. That's the woman that say, drag it. You drag it. You drag it. And when a Ponca gives a command for me, a lot of times I'm like, man, hurry up. Or, can you do that for me? Then we'd be sarcastic. But when you're talking about a command for a Ponca, they want it done. Get this, let's go. I ain't never heard no like how we use it, you know, we get anyway, but every time I've ever been told something in Ponca, they want it done, let's get it done. Let's go. Show, they want it. Keep eating on get talk, ni snuga. I need somebody, I'm gonna go all around. Mama, can you say it? Keep eating on get talk, ni snuga. But you say ni snua, because you guys are women. Keep eating on get talk, ni snuga. That's right. Say it one word at a time. Try it, Mom.
Dipinaga, 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 ditake, nisnuke,
It's new one.
asnua.
Even though it's not there, but you gotta remember. Okay, now we're gonna change this.
Make everybody else say it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try it, Stephen. Dipinaga, ditake, nisnuga. Okay, listen. I used to get talked so crazy to when I was young because I try to say it. I was afraid sometimes. You start the first word, keep feeding on it. Deep talk, okay. Ni snuga. Keep feeding on it, deep talk, okay. Ni snuga. You can do it. Just try it slow. Always keep feeding on it. Deep talk, okay. You can say deep talk, okay, but it won't be right. You gotta say deep talk because it's got that guttural stop after the T, so it's deep talk, okay. Deep talk, okay. Ni snuga. The pause right there. Ni snuga. Keep feeding on it, deep talk, okay. Ni snuga. And that just means you got your car. Try it. Anyway, you want to try it, Emily? Let me get closer. I can't hear me. I'm already watching the desk anyway. Yeah. You said it right. You want to try it, Big Bo? You can just sit back if you want to try it. Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you, brother. You there? Only part is deep talk. Good. Now we're going to go on to the next one. We've got to start practicing pronouncing it. I've been making errors by not having you guys pronounce it because that is the only way that we're gonna learn it for real. Because I'll tell you sometimes my mind and I am kind of burnt out. These years of being burnt. Okay, right here it says whoa ka shishing a thing they don't. Whoa ka shishing a thing they don't. Wa'ud, who knows what that means?
Woman,
A ka,
What's volume?
woman. A ka means thus, made manifest. Sheshinga is one way to say baby or child. You can say shiga shinga. Sheshinga. Shinga. And that just means baby or little one. Could be said all the ways. Shiga shinga, she shinga, shinga. Linka means the. Both a call means the, but it's made manifest. The. It's no doubt about it. That woman, the woman. She shinga linka, that means it's the baby sitting down. It might even be laying down, but it's sitting down. The don't means to pull. So who wants to take a shot at that verb, the don't? What is that? What form is the don't? Out of this right here, this form right here, the don't. Which form out of this verb pattern right here? Let me number these real quick. Out of 1 through 6.
She.
Yes. So right here, the don't could either mean she, he, or it, or they. But according to the sentence right there, who is it? Is it a woman or is it a man?
One.
How do we know it's a woman or a man? I'm just tricky. So, wa'uka, sheshiga linke, diphthongs. So right here, this word will always, in any sentence, it will take precedent. This means the woman, the child. She pulled. She pulled. This is always going to be number one, number two. Oh wait, excuse me. Put the brakes on. Number two, number three. And that tells you right there how to say it. Wa'uka, sheshiga linke, diphthongs.
The woman holds the child. Her child.
Say it again.
The woman holds her child.
The woman pulled the baby.
Hold the
It's a child or baby, it's the same thing. But I put it where you can to see where it says 1, 2, 3, it won't always be that way. Sometimes there'll be one back there, two, then three, depending on the context of the sentence. And the articles, the pronouns, and the verbs used, it will dictate how it will be. But once I teach you guys these articles and these verbs, you're going to know. You're just going to know. And then I'm going to start making all kind of sentences. I'm going to let you guys translate them. Because the biggest thing is, even if you can't speak it good, I want you guys to start learning how to conjugate and translate these from paper and from the board. So I'm telling you, it is possible to learn this way. But you gotta practice it. Once you guys get all this stuff down, it has to be something that's done daily. You gotta look at it because you learn about English every single day. It was spoken to each and every one of us sitting here. And right here, we got full-blooded clan members. One here, one there, there. Right here. We three are the same clan. Leave me down. Wajaje. Leave me down. Brother, I ain't gonna lie. I forgot what clan little boys was. The name. What is it? No, I know how to say it, but I mean, what clan is it? Mom, what clan is little boys? I forgot.
I don't know. He's the water clan and he's, it has to do with the rain.
Eastiga?
Eastiga.
Eastiga's got reference to rain and lightning. I have to find out. I forgot. I apologize.
I just come back.
No, usually I'm on it.
Find out.
I need to know because I can't remember, but he comes from the Osage clan. That's how I'm related to the rough faces. My little standing buffalo, it's only on CG. Little standing buffalo. You guys, there's some hand sanitizer. If you want to take some home, you can take it. There's a whole bunch of them. Okay, right here. I left out something. Oh, my bad. I'm jumping the gun again. Wa'uka. Wa'uka. Sheshiga linke. Sheshiga linke. Diphthongs. 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 I just saw something. So he said, Wa'uka, sheshiga linke. Diphthongs. The woman pulled the baby or pulled the child. You can take a bottle at home, brother. It's brand new. All the ones on the tables is brand new. We got a good Christian group that donated them to us. We got a lot of things they're trying to do with our tribe. I want to thank the Ponca tribe and these people that do the donations and all that we got going on for our people. Wa'uka. Wa'uka. Sheshiga linke. They don't.
They don't.
They don't. What does it mean?
Woman.
Now down here, we're going to go to the next one, relatives. Remember this word right here. Me don't, okay? This is a slang right here. I'm not here. Oh no, I was correct. Right? Let me tell you slang way. Me don't be. I'm not. Me don't be. I'm not. Me don't be. I'm not. That's slang from what time is it? But if you say me don't be, okay? I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Oh, he I'm not. This grandpa. His grandpa. Hold the gun. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Did y'all get your applications in?
Yeah, baby.
What do you think? They're my application asking her today for jobs. She said, what do you think going by? What do you think going by? They want jobs. What do you think going by? They want jobs. Grandpa, I missed you. I'm glad you came.
I know, no ride.
Yeah, got that new car now, Grandpa. It's a
Right
good
out
one.
there.
Grandpa, we're just going over these deals. We're using the verb prefix for to do with hands. And so anyways, and I also, we're actually technically, we're working on this, the TH sound. If you guys don't understand this, this is what this means right here. The TH. And that's what we're doing right here. Oh, starving. Somebody come talk. So right here, Grandpa, we say, keep eating on your top, ni snuga. Keep eating on your top, ni snuga. And right here, I asked them, because right here, look, Grandpa, on this verb pattern, for the TH, and see, we've got a TH, this is the TH here, so you got and so right here, Grandpa, I'm gonna catch you up. This is the you singular version of you pull it or you drag it. This nuga, drag it. So when we say this nuga, you drag it. When you say this nuga, you just say drag it. It can also be said pull it, but it has emphasis on dragging something and backing up. It has emphasis using your hands like that. This right here is the dawn. This is no doubt in my mind. We're pulling something. We're pulling something. So anyway, right there says keep being on it. We snuga. Drag your car. And this is showing a double emphasis because this means your. You can click it so don't do it. And right here, Grandpa, we got whoa because they don't. The woman pulled the baby. Mom, bring me something, Mom. I'm about to shake it for I'm starving the time. I ain't ate since somebody brought me some McDonald's. I'm starving for real. So, anyway, I'm going to talk. You can put it on the board. I'm going to talk while I'm eating. So, anyway. No, we said, not pay here. You're trying to say hungry. But when you say you're hungry, you say nampe dihiya. Or you can just say nampe dihiya. You're making a statement, you're hungry. But nampe dihiya means, are you hungry? And so I can say, nampe anhi, I am hungry. Nampe anhi, I am hungry. Those are verb conjugations, what we're just talking about. But once you get it, your tenses, when you get your tenses down, you're going to be good one. You're going to be good one, Michael. Because the way he's talking about nampe dihiya. Nampehi in Ponca means to be hungry. Nampehi. We say nampe ahi, I am hungry. Nampehi, you're hungry. Nampehi, they're hungry. And And then when you say we're hungry, you say nampe, he. Different ways. Some might say there's another. Some people, there's some of the weak forms can be changed into 2 to 3 different ways. But yeah, but you gotta. That means nampe onhe means I'm hungry though. That's what they're saying. Like if I look at you, I say nampe onhe, I'm hungry. But then I'll ask you something. I'm making a statement telling all of you I am hungry. Nampe onhe, I'm hungry. I am hungry. Or you can say, I'm hungry. But when the Omaha said that to you, they were telling you they are hungry. They're telling you they are hungry. But they was asking for food. and you know, Ponca way, when someone's like that, you gotta feed them. You got it. That's just Ponca way. If somebody's hungry or thirsty, why, give it to them. And they got the camera on here, eat something. So anyway, right here, let me tell you something. I love all my relatives. Hear them talk. They talk a little bit different than us. This right here is that means arm or Ponca, and a couple long. And some Ponca they say they'll leave that cedilla off. I can't fully explain that why some Poncas do that, but it's understood either way. You can say long. Nishkanshkan. What form is this? Nishkanshkan. That's right, Grandpa. What's the U form? When you say nishkanshkan, that means to jiggle it or shake it, but to jiggle it really. Like say, tapuska, nishkanshkan. You made a statement. There's a bunch of ways to say stomach, but they're talking about different parts of the stomach. Tapu or washnu. Those are different parts of the stomach, but the most common stomach is all of a sudden I forgot what's the most common there. Grandpa, what is it? You remember?
Huh?
Stomach.
No, I can't remember right here.
Anyway, relatives, Omaha Ponca, if you're watching, I forgot how to say it all of a sudden. Anyway, but it's a jiggle. Or one time one of our grandma relatives in Omaha, she said, Ninde, she said, jiggle your Ninde. She was her humor. She's gone now though. Anyway, your Omaha probably knows Grandma's good one up that way. What should have forgot? Mom, you remember how to say stomach and Ponca? There's 3 of them, but wasna and then tapu. That means stomach, but wasna and tapu is the belly button underneath. So the belly button under. And mine's way under. What's that? I think I forgot how to say it. Anyway, we'll go back to this. Hold on, your skunks go on. And remember, I didn't write this down over here.
Good job back.
That's right.
I'll do it if you want.
That's
What
right.
would you rather?
That's okay.
My stomach hurts. He said, you found it, Grandpa. I couldn't remember, but as soon as you said it, I heard it. It just told me his stomach, or actually he said her stomach or his stomach is hurting. When he said nie, that just means his or hers. Niai, that means theirs. But yeah, you said it right, Grandpa. I couldn't remember for nothing. Okay, when you have that like this, okay, Ijar, you talk to Idada. That's a woman's way to say, what is your name? Ditake. Idada one. That's the male way to say it. I don't know if Omaha said it the same way, but that W-A, that one at the end is the man's way to, when he's asking a question, or some men won't even say at all. They might like that. A lot of them will say at the drum, instead of saying Aeon, Nia, that sounds feminine to them. So, they'll just say, Ayan. Ayan, uda mamliho. Uda mamliho. That's a man's way to say, I'm doing good. Uda mamli means I want for my way or my lifetime or my way of life. It can be translated multiple ways. So that's why you say uda mamli. And then you say uda mamliho. Or an old way that they don't even use anymore. Say ayan niya. Oh, kage ayan niya. Uda anajiho. Anajiho means I'm standing well. I'm standing good. They don't use that no more at all. Anyway. So right here it says, although Ishkan's going, so what does that mean? You already know that means arm, the. What form is this? You said it right a while ago, Grandpa.
She, it, he, she, it.
You. Is it a male speaker or a female speaker? Look, is it a male speaker or a female speaker? I just wrote it over there. Hold on, these guns come on. So what does it mean? Nishkanska means the wiggle, but you already know the form, but I'm still going to say the wiggle because I don't want to give you guys how to say it right in English. Ah means arm, dunk is it means the, it's talking about reference to the body part. And this is an article in Ponca that represents all body parts, but in modern Ponca, we will use K, K, and dunk. But in proper Ponca, that is wrong. It's only dunk. Only dunk. Can't be nothing else. But you hear people say E-K or E-K. When you say E-K, it's a human mouth. Without a doubt. You say E-K, it's an animal mouth. But the only true way to say a human mouth is Edom, is your mouth. Thank you. And I know, we talk Spanish well.
I was waiting for you to drop.
Damn. Don't let me drop. So right there, what does that mean? Hold on, these guns go on. What does that mean? That knee is a U form. Hey, y'all doing? We just got something to eat and drink. Ah means arm, don't means the. Yeah, ah, that just means arm.
Wiggle your arm.
No, but you didn't say it right because look at that. What does that mean? You got an M question. So what does that mean? This question.
Can you wiggle your arm?
Did you? Did you what? Hold on, these guns go on. Did you wiggle your arm? Or did you shake it? But really this means to wiggle, right? Like that. Hold on, these guns go on. Sarah. Hold on, these guns go on. Hold on means arm or the arm. Hold on means arm or the arm. And if you just said, these guns come on. Did you wiggle it? It's used in all kind of ways. Even derogatory. This gave me the look like scared. Don't scare me, Lisa. But you guys gotta know. I mean it. Because another way to say like this, okay, I'm gonna say it a different way. Allah, Gajan, Gajan. Allah, Gajan, Gajan. She shook her arm. But when she shook it, she's like, she was trying to tear that damn thing up. She shook, we use that gauze. I mean, she was trying to do something with it. This got things to do violently with shaking or hitting or wind blowing so hard that it could knock a house over. Or with the dry clothes. I said, we're gonna get to that. Before we're done with these classes and tell God says, don't do it no more, I'm gonna teach because everything in Ponca is so precise in everything we say, except for one. Ama. Ama can mean, it's what you call obscure in English. It's not specified unless the context of the sentence is chosen. Ama can mean something that's dead, something that's alive, something that's singular, something that's plural, something that's standing still, not moving, or something that's running in motion. That's the one word in Ponca that's a Ponca article. It can mean a whole bunch of things. Like, man, you gotta know what you're talking about when you use that word. Ama. Ama. So like I said, John. Now this is skunk, John. Or you could also say, Lee John one. And that means, but like I said, this is more in reference to wiggling. But when you say John, that's like to shake something. You're shaking it. However, I thought John was like shaking something. I guess. And like you see people like what is something we gotta shake? I shake something to that. Oh, I thought you would have said that. Anyway, it's hair dye, I'm gonna say it anyway. I dyed my hair black. Get a shake.
Dang.
Hair dye, you say, Najee, that's hair dye. There's other ways to say it too. Yeah, I've dyed my hair, so what?
Gray hair.
No, people outside might look good with gray hair, but I like it both ways, I guess. It don't matter. Okay, now, this is, although these skunks come on. Although these skunks come on. This next word, you got a lot of people probably know what that means. Be cool of that. Grandpa, tell them what it means. Be cool of that.
Hurry. Hurry.
Move quick.
Yep.
Move quickly. And then it's order. Somebody's telling you, move quickly. Like, get my chair. And when you start walking off real slow, be cool like get moving. Hurry up.
The most common words to say is be cool of that. No cool of that. When you tell somebody not cool of that, that means like hurry the hell up when you're walking, running, or in a car. Speed up. Not cool of that. Because no has to do with the feet. Like I said, there's 9 main verb prefixes in Ponca and Omaha. That's right. It's an N with a nasal A. Nasal, I have to say it right. I say it every time. So, and then remember, and then when you just say no, that has reference to burning something or something that's burnt up. What does lead mean? I told you guys already. What does lead? The verb prefix T have to do with anything? The hand. The mouth. Be pressing something down or rubbing something or blowing. I can't explain how it has something to do with blowing, but it does. Yeah. And that's not in a derogatory sense. That means like blowing an instrument or blowing a fire or a candle. That's not derogatory. And I'll give you an example. Bijuga. Rub it. Like like someone's legs are kind of rub it. Bijuga. Or bihutan. Blow your eagle bone whistle or even a trumpet, modern time trumpet. Bihutan. And then bishiba. Down and push it where it's locked, you know. You can pushing something to its lock. That's not a good one, I don't like that. Vimont, they're talking about pressing something. You guys know what mead means, to mead something? Vimont, that, you're trying to work that dough, that's a better one. Vimont, yeah. Do some work, the work dough. Or rubber, or clay, has something to do with clay and rubber a lot of times, but poorly it's for bread. And, those are the best ones I can use for that. And then buff, that's to lean on something, to push against something with your body. What time we got there? I just want you to know, I love you guys. Last one, we'll say it real fast. Mom, they won. She go. Moms they want. What does that mean? Anybody know? Moms they want. Moms they want.
Metal.
The older ones, you gotta remember that in the old days, you guys, everyone had one, and sometimes that's what they use. It's not a TV.
Knife?
It's a radio.
Radio?
Mom means music or song. Mom, that means metal or iron. It's a metal song, or that's how we translate radio. All they want. Dimanshi means to raise something up. Dimanshi. Not to raise a house, you would use dimangle. Dimangle means to erect something, or to pick it, to push it up like this. Dimanshi is talking about something, you're just waving it, you're pushing it up, like, but not to raise a. It's not to build something, is what I'm trying to say. It's a different type of raise. So if you're saying you got radio, mom they want, she means to raise something up. So what am I telling you? I'm giving you kids. She go.
Turn it up.
Turn the radio up. And then if you say turn it down, you would say the word for down or bottom is Ponca, he day. So when you add he day, so what does that mean? Remember, D means with the hand. So he day. Turn it down. So anyway, loved ones, that's all I have for you guys on that. It wasn't a long class, but I'm trying to be effective and not stretch it out for 2 hours. And sometimes I get lost in a lot of things. So what we're trying to do is focus more and be more precise about the language and also the sentence structure, because there's so many different ways that you could translate things in Ponca, but there's also different ways that things are said, and I just showed you guys up here. And we have to start working on it, and we have to practice on saying it, speak it, because if you don't practice saying Ponca, you ain't never gonna learn it. You guys might be the best ones that have a PhD in writing Ponca, but you won't be able to speak it without practicing it. You have to practice it. And also, some of my relatives that came in, and this is this honest thing, when you say, walitam, that means work. Earlier, I seen you guys, that's the first thing I thought about. Because let me tell you something, I went all over when I got out, and I'm looking everywhere for a job. And then I told them, I said, walitam, they want a job. That's also used for a job. And I'm telling you something, make sure those applications turn in, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of things going on with our tribe right now. There's a lot of opportunity, but you got to be consistent. Each and every one of us, when we're working, you got to be consistent in what you're doing. Whether it's the language, be consistent on your house, on the work that you do, be consistent. Anyway, Shana, take it. Let me turn it off, Mama.
All right.